the best. I mean, that's my goal. I don't want to be The Rock. I want to be the next me.
Various stages of their game. Making it in the increasingly competitive field of professional wrestling requires a combination of athleticism, hard work. Rick Bassman runs Ultimate Pro Wrestling in Orange County, California. It is considered to be one of the top wrestling schools in the country.
I could have played, like some other smaller leagues of football like I had done, but the passion and love really wasn't there. It was either NFL or nothing. And when that didn't materialize, I said, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go give everything, give it at least a year to move to Los Angeles and see what happens.
Oh, let's go. Come on. Well, when he first came in, he was, about 320, 330 pounds, fat, but huge. A lot of muscle, a lot of fat. Football player, lineman look. I just sculpted him down, taught him how to eat right, how to train right, how to supplement his diet correctly.
It's just all chest, man. It's like it's about to explode. Like I got dynamite with a fuse. The extreme kind of violent side of me was there. I mean, I got kicked out of 2 football games in the CFL for fighting, which is not good. I'm bringing that extreme violent nature into wrestling, and I'm gonna kick it up a few notches. I'm doing security at 2 different, one is a restaurant and bar, and the other is like a strip club. And I work those 2 places almost every night right now. So, I mean, I'm pretty busy. But I mean, it costs money to eat. The big thing is feeding myself. That's serious. I mean, that's probably where I spend the majority of my money on food. I have rent and utilities, but food is just as much.
Hi, that's all you're buying today?
Yeah, man, I'm on a diet, trying to cut back. I had to slow myself down. I moved out here from New Orleans, which was a big move. I left my family and my girlfriend behind. So, I've been lonely, needless to say. Her name is Brandy Gilmore. I don't want to start crying, but I want to get engaged just to secure our relationship. Not that we get married for maybe a year or 2, because there's so much going on with both of us, but that way it's just almost like, say here, I'm yours. Well, I'll talk to you later. Love you, bye.
1,000 times more competitive than you could ever imagine. One guy's dropped off, boom, there's 100 others over here ready to jump into that spot. So when time comes, and it is there, you get that call and it's ready, you gotta be ready. What's up? What's the big kid's name?
Jon Heidenreich.
John, you got a sec? You're living here now, right?
Right.
I'll talk to everybody when we get back, because I think we may do something.
Man, I appreciate it, brother. I'm 100% dedicated.
Cool.
This is what I want to do, man.
You're not married, right?
No.
You got a girlfriend in New Orleans?
Yeah, I want to get married.
Okay.
I'm solid as far as relationship.
All right. Cool beans. All right, man. We'll be in touch.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Hi, buddy.
I mean, when people say that, I'm like, man, come to a class with me. I invite them. I'm like, I'll pay for your gas, I mean, 4 months I've heard everything. From the ankle to a knee to a wrist to my neck to my back.
Take your bump, sell it, get up the long way, and the guy will be waiting for you. Boom.
Yeah, I get headaches after doing this. I don't know, it seems like the jarring. I hit the mat really hard. I can feel all my internal organs shake and my brain rattle in my head. And I sort of have to shake it off.
Yeah, shake, start shaking.
I guess it's fake in the sense that in a basketball game in the NBA or pro football, there's 2 teams competing and we don't know who's gonna win. In wrestling, everyone might know that Triple H or The Rock's gonna win. But I mean, what's going on out there is real. All my time to training so I want to be the best.
Here's what these development deals are about. They're putting you under contract now to continue to develop your skills. Right. It's a time for you to really even focus more than you've been doing already and kick some serious ass. Not many people get these.
Right.
It's amazing to get one. It really is.
I'm honored. Great.
Congratulations.
Thanks, brother.
And,
appreciate it.
Let's make some good stuff happen. Developing a wrestler is a lot more than just putting them in the ring. The training in the ring is first and foremost, but there's so many other facets to that.
Well, I mean, we do have the class that we go to weekly. It's called promo class. And that's when you get up there and talk for 30, 45 seconds or a minute, like they do on the Monday Night Raw, Thursday SmackDown.
Are you sure you wanted that?
The show is filled in between the wrestling by these little segments.
I don't fake it, I break it!
Every single time Jon is going to point his finger, every single time that he starts talking about being the biggest and baddest, there needs to be purpose behind that.
Look at me, marvel at my size, strength, and ability. I stand the colossal 3.
And in our wars, we take no casualties and always leave.
So let's say that monologue again, and I want you to start pointing the finger at me. It's you and me right now. You hate my guts, you want to tear me apart, train wreck ready to happen, let's rock and roll. Okay, come on, get serious, let's go. You hate me, let's go.
Look at me, marvel at me. I stand a towering 6 feet 7 inches tall, and I weigh a colossal 300 pounds. When you step into the ring with me, it's gonna be a war, it's not gonna be no game. I'm gonna take your ass to hell and back, to hell and back. And when you get back, you know what it's gonna be? Triple H is gonna be game on with your ass.
Serious business right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Swag and Crew. We are speaking to WWF signee and UPW wrestler Jon Heidenreich on the Comedy World Radio Wrestling Network. But you've come out, how long have you been out here in LA?
6 months.
In 6 months' time, you've dropped 30 pounds, you're ripped to shreds, you've gotten some acting work, you got to be on 18 Wheels of Justice.
With tests.
With tests for the WWF.
Yeah, that was badass, dude.
If they want to keep the crowd going, they will just grab.
I mean, everything's going great. I'm totally happy. This is the best move I think I've ever made in my life.
I don't want to take too many more bumps.
B-Mark.
And then the WWF, UPW, Ultimate Pro Wrestling, and Rick Bassman and the crew, we get you in front of the WWF and they say, you know what? That man's big. He may be a little ugly, but he's big. And the WWF signed you to a developmental deal. In 6 months, unheard of.
Everything's going great. I'm totally happy.
In comparison, wrestling is every bit as hard. It's actually harder, in my opinion, because the variety of movements you have to learn are so much more diverse. Like football is a lot of natural movements. You're running, you're backing up, and you're going sideways. In wrestling, you might have 50 moves or 100 moves that are really unnatural.
Though Jon is on track with his training, his relationship with his girlfriend has suffered a setback.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a conversation one day with my girlfriend, and she told me she wasn't sure if she was still in love with me. You know, you wonder what happened. You're trying to figure out what happened. What did I do? What did she do? Where did this thing just crop up? I am planning to go home for a couple days just to try to see if I can gain some information or some insight. I mean, all I do, I tell her, hey, this is where I stand. I love you, I want to be with you. I'm dedicated to you, heart and soul. And you know that. And I mean, that's all I can do.
Big Jon has just returned from New Orleans, where he went to visit his girlfriend, but she wouldn't meet with him.
I'm strong. I don't need nobody except God and my family. I don't need a woman to bring me down.
Don't mind him. He's still upset about his girlfriend. It's understandable. You know what happens when you suppress your emotions? It tends to every now and explode.
I know where I'm going. I know what I got to do. And I'm focused and concentrated. I don't need somebody that doesn't know what they want. Not to sound arrogant, but it's her loss.
2 weeks before his big debut at the Galaxy, Big Jon gets into a car wreck.
I didn't have time to even stop, man. I ran into the back of this lady. She just came to a complete stop. I didn't even put on my brakes. I hit her just boom, solid. Caved her whole back of her car in. I'm still freaked out.
Then, during practice, Jon breaks his hand on the side of the ring.
My 6 months here has been my worst week, you know? You think you're in control of your life, but you walk out that door and bam, you know, car wreck. You get in the ring, bam, you break your hand. Sometimes I question, you know, man, is it worth me going out there and breaking my neck to say I made it? you know, wrestling or whatever. I made it famous. I mean, I've thought about, you know, questioning me being out here and stuff, and contemplated, you know, saying how maybe this ain't for me, you know, several times. Physically, you're destroying your body. There's no two ways around it. I mean, look at me, you know?
Go.
Theodore Roosevelt had a quote, "Thrill belongs to the man whose face is marred by like sweat and blood." Even if he doesn't know victory, he's not with those timid souls that know neither victory nor defeat. If you go and try something and give everything into it, wherever you end up in the end, you can still say that you tried.
It was fun, man. I enjoyed it. I mean, I really had a good time. I think everybody in the crowd was happy, so that's cool. What I'm gonna do next is, you know, I need to rest my hand. Bones don't heal unless you rest them. The feedback from everybody seems great, but I mean, I'm a perfectionist. Y'all see it? I'm happy, but I want to get better.